guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my 30-week pregnancy update. So this week quite a couple of things happened. So the usual things that have been happening are my tailbone issue. I don't drink enough water, so I do find myself that I'm kind of dehydrated and I'm getting Braxton Hicks. So I am trying to up my intake of water. Just to try and just make myself feel a little bit better. On Thursday, the 7th, we went to our antenatal classes, which are like birthing classes to tell you what happens from when you go into labor and blah 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 blah. And while I was there, we were there for like 3 hours, but we did have a break. And I did get something to eat in the break. But when we went back, after about a half an hour, I started to feel extremely unwell. So Robert was with me at the class. It's a public class with like 7 or 8 other pregnant ladies there, which I'll do a video of that on Friday. If you're interested in what I kind of learned there. But anyways, I started to feel extremely unwell. So I said to Robert, I'm just going to go to the bathroom and then I'll be back. So I went to the bathroom and I felt extremely ill, like I was gonna get sick. Excuse me. And I didn't get sick. I'm completely useless at making myself sick or anything like that. So I didn't get sick or anything. But I still felt extremely bad. But I decided to go back into the class anyways. There was air in the room. The window was open. As I said, I just had ate and drank. I had a bottle of water with me, so I was just constantly kind of sipping out of that. I came to the parts of the class where we had to go to the gym. So there's like gym balls and all that sort of stuff. So she was just showing us certain positions that we could labor in. And so I was standing for about 2 or 3 minutes and I looked over at Robert, who's beside me, and then I said to him, I don't feel well at all. So there was a medical bed over in the corner, so I just said I'm going to go over there and sit on that bed because I just don't feel well. And he said, you're after turning really white. And as you can see, I am extremely white, so I must have been like that white as my cupboards there. And I was sitting there kind of listening to the rest of her speech. I couldn't see a thing because of the way the bed was laid out, but I was listening to the rest of her speech. And then eventually Robert looked over at me and I was like falling over on the bed, and all of a sudden I had a massive urge to puke. So I kind of made a face and I was like, you need to come with me. So we kind of walked out of the room, and then as I was walking, I felt way worse. Like I was just about to projectile vomit on the floor. So it was a bit of a walk. Normally it wouldn't be a bit of a walk. It'd be like it wouldn't be very long to get to the toilet, but because how I was feeling, it felt like it took forever for me to make it down the corridor to where the toilet was. So as I was walking down, as I said, I started to feel like I was going to projectile vomit on the floor. My eyesight started to go. All I could just see was like it was going white and blurry, and I started to stumble a lot. So Robert grabbed me and kind of like he was half dragging me. I was half running to the bathroom. And so eventually we got into the bathroom. As I was like stumbling in, and I kind of kneeled on the ground over the toilet, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get sick. And then he said, do you want me to get the person who was teaching the class? And I was like, no, it's okay. And he said, I looked up at him and I just had turned like a yellow and greeny type color, but was still white at the same time. So he's like, I'm gonna go get somebody. So the place where the class was, in Ireland we have like public health service. So when you have a newborn baby, a lady called a public health nurse comes out to see your baby at home. So it was one of those locations where there was public health nurses. So Robert kind of went into her office, grabbed her and said, my girlfriend's after collapsing or something, and you need to come and help us. So while he was doing that, I had gone blind. I could just see one thing. And I was shaking and I was extremely hot. So when the nurse came in, the first thing she said to me was, she just kind of put her hand near my shoulder and went, "You're extremely hot, you need to take off your top." So she kind of had me there for like a minute or two, and she's like, "Do you think you'd be able to stand up and walk into my room? It's just across the hallway." So I did that, went into her room, and she had a bed there, so I lay on my side for 30 minutes. In the meantime, she rang my GP, who I was supposed to see on Monday, just gone, on the 11th, but this song was on Thursday the 7th, so she made an emergency appointment for me to go see my GP. So eventually I felt a little bit better, so she let me go home on the pretense that I wouldn't be alone. Robert was supposed to go back to work, but on the pretense that I wouldn't be alone and that I'd go see my doctor that same day. So I went to my doctor in the evening time, or in the late afternoon, and my blood pressure was fine, my urine was fine, baby's heart rate was fine, everything looked good. And she just kind of said that in late pregnancy some ladies can get where they do feel faint, but she did recommend that when I go back to the hospital for my visit that I should tell them that this happened, and that maybe they need to check my levels. I think it was like my iron level, my hemoglobin level, I'm not quite sure, I can't really remember. So yeah, I fainted. So Friday then I just had extreme body aches as if I had worked out a lot. Saturday I felt way better than I did. So I did a little bit more but didn't push it. And then Sunday I got up and had a shower in the morning time because I woke up extremely early, like at 7 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't get back to sleep. And 7 o'clock is really early for me, by the way. So couldn't get back to sleep, so I had a shower and I felt horrible after the shower. So basically I spent my whole day Sunday in the bed. And that was my last week, so that is my update. So yeah, it was a bit scary now, to be honest. So I'm conscious of it now the whole time. Tomorrow I go back for our second class in our antenatal, so it's only for 2.5 hours, I think. So I'll make sure I have water with me from the get-go and take off everything so I don't overheat, and just try to do everything I can not to faint in that class. So that is it, guys. As I said, I will be doing a video on Friday to let you know what I have learned in my antenatal classes, so look out for that. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you like it, give it a big old thumbs up, and I will be back with you soon. Bye.